Well, this is the Ghost Rider again, and I'm still on Hurricane Mesa, but I've driven down some. I was just up over that way, right over there. It was just right over there. And now I drove back down the road a little bit, and I'm right in front of a gigantic block of Shinnerum conglomerate. You can see if you look up real close. See these cross beds right here? These are cross beds. Okay, so there's a flat lying, more flat one here, and then you got these cross beds. This means that this sand was probably deposited in some kind of a river, sort of like a delta, pretty much. That's what that looks like. River delta sequence. And this block was once way up there somewhere, and it just kind of fell down here in its current position. So the Moenkopi's down here. That's probably about 240 million years old or so. These are very general ages, probably about 245 to about 230, somewhere in there. And then up here is a Shinnerum conglomerate, so the deposition of the Moenkopi stops about right there. Then you have a long time period where there's no deposition, probably some erosion, and then this is deposited on top of that. That's the Chinle, and this is the Shinnerum conglomerate part of the Chinle. And here's a little bit more of southern Utah splaying out before you here in this fine location. Right across over there is the same mesa that we're standing on, Hurricane Mesa, made of the same rocks, and then just down below it is like a next bench that's down below that. I'm guessing the Virgin River is down in there somewhere. So the Virgin River over time has carved and probably eroded out most of this stuff right here. And the North Fork of the Virgin River is pretty much what carved out all of Zion National Park. So the Virgin River in this part of the country is very, very important in terms of erosion. So all this stuff in here that you see, this whole valley, has been eroded out by the Virgin River, and it was once continuous all the way across over to there, from here where we are all the way across over to there. And that's pretty much your typical erosion in southern Utah. Uplift and erosion. So these rocks were deposited much lower than they are now, buried deeply, made into rock, and then uplifted recently in geologic time, in the last few million years, and eroded down by that little riverway, not these little ponds, but that little riverway kind of sitting over there. You can see like some of the banks of the river right there, the cut banks of the river. That's the Virgin River, and that's what did this. Deposition, lithification into rock, uplift, and erosion.